Hey, welcome to Lunch Break Live. I'm that snarky vegan girl, and today I have something so super and so easy. I call it lazy zoodles, and that's because it's so quick and so easy, and I like to make my meals really quickly. I don't like long, extensive recipes, so this is gonna be really fast. So let's get started. First, I've got some vegetables steaming over here already. Oops. So that's what's going on over here, and I will explain what that's all about in a little bit, but I'm going to first show you how to zoodle things up here. So I'm using organic zucchini as well as yellow squash, but I'm going to show you how to zoodle with a green organic zucchini, and it's going to turn out like that. So you can see I've got yellow squash in there as well. So it's very simple. You've got to get a spiralizing machine, which is to my right. You just cut off the ends of the zucchini. And see how I got those ends cut off? And then you take the spiralizer machine. Here, let me just show this to you for those of you who don't own one. You can get these on Amazon. You can get them at Bed Bath & Beyond. I think we got this one at the local health food store.
And so inexpensive.
So inexpensive. So you stick your zucchini here like that, other end like this. Hold it down and use your muscles. And you can, I don't know if you could zoom in there and see the spiralizing zucchini happening. I'll show you in a minute, but it's so quick. And you can there's varying size blades, so you can have thicker or thinner little spirals. I'm already almost done with this zucchini.
And look at that little stick that comes out of it.
It's actually my favorite part. See? This is the inside of the zucchini. But it's edible, but we won't eat that. All right, so.
And the great thing is, if I love spaghetti, I love pasta, fattening stuff. This gives you the same idea of pasta, and you kind of roll it and eat it, but it's so much more nutritious and less fattening.
Look how beautiful that is.
Woo, baby.
Zoodle it up. So I'm just going to pour this in here with the others that I pre-zoodled, pre-spiralized. There we go. All right. Now, I had started to steam some vegetables over here. Now, what's in here is some organic corn off of the cob. I cut it off. We've got some mushrooms that are in there, and some broccoli florets that are just gorgeous. Oops. Beautiful. So we've got that all steaming up already. Cherry tomatoes are coming later. So I think they're basically done.
Wow.
So,
what you got in there?
I'll show you. Whew. Can you see that?
Oh yeah. Let's. I'm gonna zoom in because I want to see. Wow. Okay, what's in there again?
So it's broccoli florets, corn that I cut off the cob, and some little mushrooms. And I decided to keep the mushrooms whole buttons. So I'm going to pour this in here. I'm getting a steam facial at the moment while I'm doing this. All right. And then I'm going to add this in a minute. But what I'm going to do, also guys, I've got sauce on here. So this is what makes it so easy. I'm using sauce, which I'll show you, from a jar. You can make your own sauces for this.
When you say sauce, hold on. Let me zoom in here. What are we talking about? Organic, marinara, and everything vegan, obviously.
Yes.
There's no cheese, no dairy.
And this is fat-free. There's no added oil for those of you who don't want oil. So I have that heating up here already.
Let's see, tip it.
I can't tip it too much or it's going to spill.
All right, yeah,
And
okay. We know what marinara looks like.
I'm going to add some nutritional yeast.
Now, what does that do?
It gives it a bit of a cheesy flavor. Or we can just sprinkle it on top at the end, but I decided to add it to the sauce. So plenty. Stir this up.
Get Miss Cholula out of the way.
Miss Cholula's in the way, my Cholula, baby. All right. So I just added nutritional yeast to the sauce just because we like nutritional yeast around here. Now I'm about to do something that I haven't done yet, so this is going to be a first for me. But what I'm going to do basically is flash steam is what I chose to call it, the Zoodles. So I'm going to pour the Zoodles into the steamer. I'm going to steam them for about 60 seconds just to soften them up a bit. You can eat your Zoodles raw. I often do, but I'm trying it a little different this time. You definitely are not going to want to keep the Zoodles in the steamer.
Let me see those Zoodles again.
Wait,
okay.
You don't want to keep the Zoodles in the steamers for too long because there's water already in here and you don't want them to get soggy.
We made it the other day where we cooked them too long and then they were less pasta-like and a little bit more mushy. Oh, Amanda, feel better. Amanda's watching from her sick bed today. Here, wait, I'm going to zoom in while you pour that in. So 60 seconds.
Ish.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
how
ish.
quick this is. You saw how fast it was to make the Zoodles. You just stick that zucchini in there and just spiral it. And now, boom.
Come on. Oh yeah, and I'm adding some sliced up cherry tomatoes I'm going to add in here with this because it doesn't need lots of steaming either.
Wow, just throw the cherry tomatoes in there like
That's
that?
the way I do it.
Woo!
All right, so, and then at the end, this is going to steam for a very short period of time, hopefully just to soften up the Zoodles a bit, and then I'm going to add the steamed vegetables from before, right here on top.
Wow.
And add our special sauce, and then we're going to enjoy it. And it's so quick, so easy. It's basically no fat. I mean, there's no fat in here whatsoever.
Look, I had a very intelligent person yesterday who I was working with, delightful, say to me, "Oh, you're a vegan. Well, so what on earth could you possibly eat?" Words to that effect. And that is so, sad in the sense that a highly educated person, we have such a carnage society that indoctrinates us that everything has to have a dead animal on it. Look at this. It's delicious. It's fun. It's creative. We get to zoodle things. Now, Sammy asks, are you using any kind of oil?
No, I'm not.
So let's see.
And you can.
Show us in progress. Tip it a little tiny bit. Woo. Me Ambry says, I make this all the time and love it.
So to the person who asked about the oil, you can, and sometimes I do, you can use oil. What I've done before is after I've spiralized my zucchinis and squashes, I have sauteed them for a minute in the pan with a little bit of oil. That's another way to soften them up and get them more flavorful. But today I chose not to use oil. I've got my oil-free dressing, so I'm keeping the whole thing oil-free.
Now, what some people do,
Okay.
and if you really want that sort of buttery taste, you could, at the very end, not put it in and let it soak up, but at the very end, you could put a little soy butter right on top, and that'll give you that feeling, that fatty feeling, that oily feeling, but it's less because you're putting it in right at the end.
All right, so
Okay.
I'm going to turn this off and take my Zoodles.
Now what are we doing?
I'm putting them back in
Okay,
the bowl.
wait. Move that
Well-
closer. I can't see it. This, and then this goes right here. I'm going to put it right, right there. Okay.
Wait, honey, hold on 1 second. It's on top of all this food.
Okay, all right, there we go. Put it right in the centerpiece so everybody can see what we're doing.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, that's
go.
good.
Is that good?
Yeah, a little bit farther back. There we go.
Okay. So here's our flash steam, as I call
Wow.
it.
That was 60 seconds.
About. All right. And then I'm going to take our steamed vegetables, add them in there.
Woo, Nelly, that's fabulous.
Beautiful. And then I'm going to take some sesame seeds because I think sesame seeds on everything is good.
Yeah.
Sprinkle a bit.
Sesame seeds are really good with a touch of oil and some edamame and salt. Oy, so good.
All right. Now we add the sauce.
Wow.
and then it's magic. So here's our sauce. I added the nutritional yeast, remember?
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Let's see if that's enough. Mix it all together. Look how beautiful that is.
That is incredible.
Does anybody have any questions or anything?
I want that, somebody says.
I think it needs a little bit more sauce.
Okay, any questions, guys? It seems very self-explanatory.
Yeah, it's
I don't
very,
think there's a
very
lot of
easy.
questions because it's so easy. Everybody's saying it looks amazing.
And again, I will do this another time on Lunch Break Live. You can make your own sauces, but this is for, you know, those of us that are, which are many of us, are super busy, and so you can make a really healthy, quote, pasta with marinara sauce or Alfredo sauce that you might already have in your cupboard, and you could have a beautiful dish. So here we go. You ready to try it?
I'm ready to try it, girl.
All right.
Woo! All right, hold on. I'm going to move it to the right a little bit here so we can see what's going on. Fabulous.
Ooh, the zoodle.
Zoodle.
Out of control zoodle.
Somebody's suggesting a vegan kit. Well, this is what we're doing. I mean, can you recap what's in it? That's what somebody wants to know.
Yes.
Look at that. It looks like pasta. Recap.
Okay, so I used yellow squash and organic zucchini, which I spiralized.
Yeah.
And then I steamed up some broccoli florets and some mushrooms, whole mushrooms, and some corn. I steamed those, and then I added cut cherry tomatoes. I added some nutritional yeast to the sauce, which was store-bought, fat-free. This is from Whole
we can
Foods.
see a little bit more of the nutritional yeast again.
Nutritional yeast I added to the sauce.
Somebody says it would work with Alfredo sauce made
Yes.
from cashew cream or cauliflower
Yes.
too. That's Lisa Agabian. Thank you, Lisa.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You could make your own fresh sauces too, which I do plan on doing one day for Lunch Break Live.
See, what I really like about this is I love pasta.
There we go.
I love fattening food. And this kind of gives you the feel of fattening food. But, I mean, there's no fat in it. It's vegetables. It's cholesterol free. It's low in calorie. Oh, that contraption you zoodled with, is that all you can use that for? No. It comes
No.
with a whole bunch
Look.
of tools on the inside. Look at
This
that.
is for slicing only, like slicing onions or
Yeah.
whatever, potatoes.
Yeah.
And then this is the other size zoodle, which would make it your spirals a bit smaller.
All right, I'm going to come out from behind the camera and try it, and I'm going to bring with me a little nutritional yeast because, yeah, I understand what you're saying about a kit. And somebody's suggesting a kit. Okay,
I added a little bit of
salt
salt.
for me.
Yes.
So here I am sitting down and I'm monitoring myself. I love the modern technology. I'm going to leave that right there, or you can take over. Okay, so I'm going to put. Why should I do that before I even taste it? See, my habits are I used to pour things on like salt and soy butter and everything before I even taste it. Now I'm going to taste it first and see if I need anything. Oh my gosh. Well done, darling. It has a crunchy, like al dente. Al dente, when you have a pasta that's not mushy, you can make it al dente. It's because you left it on only a couple of minutes or a minute, it has a crunchiness. Look at that. It's like pasta. When the moon is full, I like a big pizza pie that's amore.
Good?
You look like a little peanut, Jane. Thank you. I take that as a compliment. Now I am going to put on a little nutritional yeast.
Yeah, I do recommend sprinkling it on.
I sprinkle nutritional yeast on everything. It gives it a little cheesy flavor. Oh, why don't we get the vegan parm? Can you find that in the kitchen?
Parmesan?
We have vegan Parmesan cheese, like 3 different varieties that we use. You literally, look how you roll this. You roll it just like pasta. Just like pasta. And here's, okay, we've got a whole bunch of vegan parms. So if you're trying to reduce, you say, oh my gosh, I can't have pasta anymore. Wrong. Because I'm always trying to reduce. I'll be honest with you, you know, when my mom passed away, I self-medicated through pastry, vegan pastry for a while there, because I'm 21 years sober. I'm certainly not going to drink, but, you know, I think there are times in your life where you just sort of stop thinking about, health and calories, and you just sort of, and now I'm getting back on track, Bikram yoga and eating healthy. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. I don't know anybody, very few people who are just always the perfect weight and never vary.
I vary so much.
A few people.
Do you want some more sauce? I know.
Will you try it, please?
I should have cut the.
I love it.
Do you
it's
want
fun.
some more sauce?
No,
on
I
yours?
like it. I like it. Why don't you try it?
Okay, I'm gonna put hot sauce on mine because I put
Okay.
hot sauce on everything.
All right, I'm not gonna be able to talk for about a minute after eating this. You talk.
All right. So if you like it a little spicy, throw some hot sauce on there. I like everything a little bit spicy.
I feel like I'm having pasta. This is crazy.
And if for some people who are wanting to or are in the raw food zone, you can make this completely raw without, I didn't cook it much, I just steamed it, but you can have it all completely raw with a delicious sauce that you can make and experiment and have fun. I love this machine. Ever since we got this machine, I eat Zoodles all the time because it's so quick.
I'm going to start eating Zoodles. It's so easy. And you know what? For kids, it would be fun to put them on the Zoodle and say, you're in charge of Zoodling. So many kids don't like to eat their vegetables. I remember once I was at a house and my friend had a very healthy son who was on the football team, who was eating all his vegetables. He was in great shape, but his friend who was visiting, and I know precious little about children, but his friend who was visiting was on the typical standard American diet. And he literally cried. Literally. This kid, who must have been maybe 11, 10, started crying when we told him, here's your vegetables, eat your vegetables. That's how brainwashed he was. But he was not in good shape. The boy who was eating his vegetables was in great shape. And I believe he was the captain of the football team. So, we have to encourage our kids to eat vegetables. Fruits, vegetables,
and
nuts,
make it
and
fun.
grains. This would make it so much fun. Every parent should have a Zoodle maker, one of these Zoodle machines on board. Let's see what we got here. I have this with marinara. Says somebody, yeah, marinara is what we're doing today.
Marinara.
All right.
But again, you can use Alfredo. This would be amazing with a vegan Alfredo sauce.
Or a cashew cream.
Which I almost did because we do have some in the house, but I decided to do the marinara.
A cashew cream. All right, listen, have a great weekend. Have a compassionate weekend. Try some different vegan dishes and
Zoodle away.
Zoodle away. Zoodle away. Until next time.
See you later.
See ya.